All right, here we go. Salute to NBA Nation on this Saturday evening. Another edition of the NBA Report. CP the Franchise. Special guest, Andrew Salop, a.k.a. the 1-2 Combo. You can catch him on Combo's Court. Catch him everywhere, man. He's all over the place. He's always catching Combo's content on social media. Today's episode, the NBA trade deadline has come and gone. We're going to talk about, react to it with our biggest winners and losers. Lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Happy Saturday, and wherever you at, especially on the East Coast, we hope you keep it warm, man, because the Hawk is out, as we would say here in New York, Andrew. The Hawk is out right now, bro. It's cold out here, man.
Super cold, man. That's why the ratings on this show are going to be super high, because everybody's going to be outside, inside on the East Coast. So we're good, man. We're here.
Everywhere. I mean, I'm hearing even in the Caribbean it's brick, bro. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, like Jamaica had like a little cold front. My man I saw last night said DR is cold. Florida, like Miami's getting frigid out. So, yeah, man.
I know Miami's not this cold, CP. I know Miami's not this cold.
It ain't this cold. It ain't this cold, but abnormal for Miami standards, if you will.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
most definitely.
Yeah. What's good with you, though, man? How's everything in your end, man?
We're persevering, bro. We're going through these shows.
Yes.
I love the Chipotle hack. You know, I love it, bro.
Yeah. You know, every once in a while we got to divert and just talk about real life. Talk about things that's going on in everybody's lives. So,
the key to it, though, is when you said the chicken looks a little light. That's the key. That's the key right there. The sentence. That it looks a little light right there. Because then you put the onus on them.
You put the pressure on them. What are you gonna? Are you gonna do your job, or are you just gonna keep it pushing, man? Yeah, you put the pressure on them. That's why 9 times out of 10 it's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
Just add a little bit more. Just a little half a double. My Knicks got worked again in Detroit, so I was a little down. Yeah, I was spent most of the day kind of reflecting. You know, in a reflective state, man. I was kind of down and out, man. They got dragged across the bar again. Went into Detroit and got beat up, man. You saw the game?
I did see the game. Are you concerned when it comes playoff times about this?
No.
I mean, Knicks didn't have their full team, but also the Pistons didn't have their all-star forward, right? Jalen Durant. So it was interesting.
Yeah, no, not worried, because the playoffs are a different animal. It's a different season. That's where experience kicks in. You know, we're in game 51. There's 30-some-odd games left. You never know what's going to happen. And guys in their physical state are in a much different state when it gets to the end of the regular season and into the playoffs. So there's a lot of different aspects that, you know, are different about the playoffs. The way you prepare for a team in terms of taking away their strengths and doubling down on their weaknesses. You know, the strategy changes. The playbook might change. And so, I'm not as worried. But still, I give a lot of credit to Detroit. I'm not one of these like, oh, Detroit, they're terrible. No, they're good. They're a good team. They're a very good team. Yeah.
Is it fair to say it's finals or bust for this New York Knicks team?
Easily.
Finals or bust?
Yeah, easily. Yeah. There's no better chance than now, you know? Mm-hmm. And they have the talent to get there. They're just going to have to up their compete level, and the defensive side of the house, they're going to have to get stronger, man. They're going to have to get stronger.
I know you're worried because no more Yabusele. I know you're really worried now.
No, but if we're going to open up trades, I thought them being able to trade Yabusele, and he helped them. Yabusele had a second-year player option and waived it so that they could trade him to the Bulls.
Wow.
And they didn't have to put draft capital in that deal. So it basically gave the Bulls an expiring contract for expiring contract. And that allowed them to send Dalen Terry to the Pelicans to go get your boy, Grand Theft Alvarado. Christ the King's own is coming home. What'd you think of the Alvarado pickup? Go ahead.
I know it's so cold outside. People are waiving player options. This is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But we talked about Alvarado in the past. It's a perfect fit. He's going to be a fan favorite. He plays defense. They need more guard play. Yeah. They need more depth.
Yeah.
And he's a New Yorker. I know he's really excited. He must be super excited.
Gotta be. All of Puerto Rico's hype, man. You should have seen in the chat. I got Puerto Rican flags coming at me left, right, and center, man. So I'm happy about that. It's their time as their countryman comes home. You know, the first Puerto Rican, well, you had Carmelo was obviously one of the more prominent ones, but Alvarado certainly has some fanfare, and actually being from New York is a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to it. As you said, they did need help from the guard spot in terms of sure-handed ball handling, like they have Kolek and stuff like that. But, again, like I look at that Detroit game, and the compete level, the intensity. You see Dennis Jenkins, he's carrying every time he sees Tyler Kolek, he wants to take him to the woodshed. It is crazy. He's wearing that chip on his shoulder. He said, I can't believe all these guys got drafted ahead of me. And so I've been watching this kid beat up on Tyler Kolek since the summer league. And people said, nah, CP, this has been going back from St. John's Marquette days. But I say that to say, bringing in an Alvarado, no, he's not an all-star. No, he's not a savior by any stretch. But he injects a little bit more energy, toughness, and compete level that is sometimes goes up and down with this Knicks team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that, especially when you get ahead into the playoffs.
Yeah. How do you feel about Kolek in the playoffs? You think he's going to get meaningful minutes in the playoffs?
No.
Okay.
No. And not if they're going in there fully healthy. And that's fine. He's in his second year. Let him learn. Yeah. Keep going. He's had some high spots for this team. He's helped this team. He helped them secure the NBA Cup. You know, he's doing good. I think he's doing well. They just need a little bit more from the toughness and experience standpoint.
I know yesterday both teams did not have their full team, but what pops off the screen is how energetic and athletic Detroit is compared to the Knicks last night.
Yeah.
Will it always be like this? You know, hopefully not for the Knicks, but man, they just had so much pop, Detroit. So much pop.
Did. Yeah. I mean, Asar looked incredible last night. Ron Holland has gotten better. He's only 20. He might not even be 21 yet. I'm not sure his exact age.
And he plays hard and he's tough.
He's tough. I talked about Jenkins. You talk about, up and down the roster, they are built like the modern NBA team. You know, and look, they've certainly had their fair share of losing, and so as a result, you get good lottery picks. You got to pick the right ones. They're doing it, forming it all around Cade, obviously, but they are building. You can see that thing building there, and we'll see how far it takes them when it comes to the playoffs. But as of right now, all roads are going through Detroit. You're going to have to go through Detroit to get to OKC
and they added the redhead shooter, man. The redhead shooter hit. Yeah, Herder, man. Him and Duncan, provide some floor spacing because I feel like Duncan was their only true shooter.
Yeah.
And now they got two of them, which is good for them.
100%. When you think about winners at this trade deadline, which pickup did you like for which team?
Oh, the Wizards, man. The Wizards.
No. Come on.
The Wizards, man. Come on, man. You had a top 75 guy. Yeah. I know there's some health issues. You had Trae Young. And what do you give up? I mean, a bunch of second-round picks. I think they did their fan base right, bro. Yeah. Like, I know a lot of people would disagree with this, but I like the idea of having Trae and Anthony Davis. And not on top of that, they're not going to have to play them this year because of the injury, and you could still get a high draft pick.
Yeah.
So I like it for them. I mean, I really like those two players, and I think in terms of star fit, it's really good. You want to pair Trae with somebody who could protect the rim and catch a lob, and AD could do that. Obviously, AD has to stay healthy, but they really didn't give up that much to get two all-star level players.
They gave up like Chris Middleton, Malachi Branham, A.J. Johnson, a couple other players there, and some picks. I'll say this, the Wizards thing, because it's been very controversial, and I kind of threw some gasoline out there, and the Wizards fans are not too happy with me today, but that's okay. I enjoy seeing the crash outs.
That's good. You know, when we disagree, it's good for the show, CP. So if you disagree, let me know, man. Let me know.
I enjoy seeing the crash outs on Twitter and Instagram on this topic, but let's look at it from a Wizard standpoint, because I see some people out there like, they expedited their rebuild and things of that nature. The Wizards have been hot garbage for more than a decade. Like all this, they're rushing. I mean, what else are they doing? They're not doing anything. So I think it's a worthwhile gamble. You get Trae, maybe he can find new life. You bring in AD, he can help your defense. He can help Sar develop. We'll see if both of them are even healthy when they come back next year, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, you fact that, they're going to force this tank. They may get in there and go get AJ or go get Cam Boozer, one of these cats. So do you have an opportunity now to have two former All-Stars, your former number 2 pick in Alex Sar? I like Kaishan George. I like Koulibaly, his scrappiness. He's a little, defensively versatile. I like Bob Carrington. So they have some nice young scrappers. And then you can go into this draft and maybe get 1, 2, or 3,
Yeah. I don't think
it's not a bad strategy.
Yeah, I don't think you draft for fit here. You get best player available.
Best player.
If you feel like it's Darren Peterson, cool. But man, I do like the fit with AJ because you got your guard, you got your wing, and you got AD, and you got Sar. Like I think AJ could really thrive there.
So
And
so if they get AJ, what would you do? AJ 3, Sar 4, and then AD?
Yeah, I mean, AD never wants to play the 5, which is crazy.
He don't want to play the 5.
But I don't care, bro. You got to play the 5, my guy. But yeah, I mean, I think that's nice. I mean, AJ could really develop there. They got that nice star fit with their guard, Trey, who's a great passer.
Yeah.
And then you got AJ, and then, man, that would be cool, man. And then the fans have something to, worthwhile. Like, they're going to want to go to the arena and see this. So
that's true.
I think it's cool, yeah.
Now, on the other side of this, and this is what the fans are mad at me for, because here's the deal. I went on Ian Begley's show. Shout out to Ian Begley. We did the simulcast during the trade deadline show on Thursday. And I talked about the fact that the forceful tank that they're just blatantly doing in front of everybody's eyes. They did it with Trae Young, saying, oh, we're going to reevaluate him later in the season, all this. He's good to go right now. I'm not buying all that. Oh, man, he's so hurt. Right? Now, I said Thursday, you can already see them shutting AD down for the rest of the season to do this tank. What did the news come out today and say from Chris Haynes? The Wizards are shutting AD down with the hand, with the groin injury, so that he can be fully healthy next year. Like, that's going to make any sort of a difference, okay? So I said this is egregious. The Wizards owe the Knicks a conditional pick, protected. Similarly, when the Knicks got screwed by the Dallas Mavericks in the Derek Lively draft year, where they owed the pick from the Porzingis deal. The Mavs rested Kyrie and Luka the last day of the season against the Spurs. That gave them the number 10 pick, screwed the Knicks. They went out there and got Derek Lively. We have the same thing here for the Washington Wizards. It is egregious, and other people are agreeing with me, man. They went out there today, and they put out a bunch of scrubs against the Nets, and you got all these people in an uproar. What do you think?
I think it's a good strategy, but yeah, it's probably. I think it's a good strategy because you're going to have these two guys next year, and you're going to probably get a top pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but I definitely hear it from your side too.
Yeah.
As a Knicks fan, you're looking at it as a Knicks fan perspective. I'm kind of trying to look at it through the Wizards. I think they're doing a good job. And then the other thing is
they're not necessarily breaking rules, but it's the integrity of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very old school of UCP. Very old school.
Well, this is the thing.
Shutting down AD does sound believable, though, right?
Yeah, well, that does. It does. However, the initial prognosis is like, okay, he can come back in March, right off the groin. Now they're like, oh, we're going to shut him down to preserve him. Like, that's going to make any difference. He can come out the first day of the season next year and be back out with a calf injury, which is probably going to happen. But not hoping for him because he's a nice guy. You have all these things. They're trying to cut down on the tanking. They want to raise the competitive juices in the league. The player mandatory minimum, 65 games to match the TV deal. Come on, man. This is a team now that is throwing it in your face.
That's all league optics, bro. We all know people are going to tank, and the tank jobs are going to be diabolical this again. There's some teams really trying to tank right now. So yeah, man. Yeah, look, man. Is there a way to get rid of tanking? That's a good question. Like,
I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
They tried it. They tried to flatten out the odds for the top 3 picks. Do you say, well, if you can't have a top 3 pick in consecutive years, do you reward a team that makes the playoffs into the lottery? It's hard, man. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It'll be interesting with these teams that actually kept their stars. It's gonna be tough for them to tank, right? Like with Giannis staying with the Bucks, with John Morant staying there, if he's ever gonna play. It's going to be crazy to see which teams tank. The Bulls, I don't know what they're doing, bro. I know we're going to get to losers later. I don't want to spoil my choice, but I don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a way to fix it, to be honest.
And then it's like, look, man, like, for example, James Dolan has been out. He's been criticizing the league and their revenue-sharing policy and where, the bigger market teams are taking the cut of their TV and sponsorship deals and spreading it down to the smaller market teams. But if those teams are not in good faith trying to actually field and compete on a night-to-night basis, it's robbery, man. That's just my opinion, man. It's absolutely robbery.
But it's also you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? Like the Heat and the Bulls get criticized, and I'm gonna get to the Bulls later,
Mhm.
for staying in the middle. The Heat always look to compete. The Heat can't land a star, which is man. I thought they were gonna get John Giannis. Like I thought that's what was gonna happen there.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But it's like those teams get criticized, and then the teams that tank get criticized. So, it's tough, man. It's tough.
And then I had a guy that was like, oh, well, if the Knicks wanted picks, they shouldn't have traded all 5 for Mikal Bridges. I was like, well, first and foremost, all those guys went to the Nets and they're hot garbage. Secondly, the Knicks traded those picks trying to compete for a championship. That's my exact point. That is my exact point. They're not tanking. They didn't trade the picks to tank. They traded the picks to trying to win a championship. But anyway, I digressed. Other winners. Who else you got as a winner, man?
Who do I have as a winner? I really like Ayo to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I like
Good
that.
player.
I like that.
Briggs energy, has a great year, and I think he fits well with that team. So I really like that. I think that helps them a lot. Michael Conley wasn't giving them much anymore.
Yeah.
Great player, but just older. And there's a chance he could re-sign, right? Like he's with nobody right now.
Yeah, Conley, they saying he's going back.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean,
because he got traded twice. He's allowed to, by the rules, go back to Minnesota.
You do all that, and you get to keep Conley, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of incredible. So I like Ayo to the Timberwolves. I think that's a great pickup for them. And then the Hornets, I like what they did, with Kobe White. I mean, Kobe White, I always loved his game, and he's going to be dynamic off the bench. When you're rebuilding, you don't think too much about fit. You just bring in the best players possible, and I think they did that, and they're a really fun team. So LaMelo's playing better. Obviously, they're going to build around Knuckle. And then Brandon Miller is going to be a player as well, and they're playing better lately. So I really I think they're huge winners. I like the Hornets and the T-Wolves. Who do you got?
I love the Ayo move to the T-Wolves. He fits right in, gives them some more toughness, some more defense. Great three-point shooting 45% from downtown. And like Ant-Man, a guy who can put pressure on the rim consistently. And that's what they were looking for out of their guard spot. Conley's gotten old. He's a good leader. Good locker room presence, too old in the legs. Dillingham just wasn't really getting the job done for them. They tried Devo in previous years to be the point guard. You kind of put him out of his spots. He needs to be more in that catch-and-shoot, off-ball spot. So I like that, having Ayo out there as just like a downhill dog who can shoot some threes for you. He can guard a couple positions, ones, twos, maybe a three, depending on size and height. So I like that pickup for them. Obviously wasn't the Giannis move that they were rumored to go get, and they still probably have a ways to go to really be one of the upper echelon teams in the West. But we'll see how how that fares for them. And then who was the other team you mentioned? You said Timberwolves.
I like the Hornets. Yeah,
I love that pickup with Kobe White, man. You bring him closer to home. And you could see like their build, they're about to take that corner. With Knipple establishing himself there, I like Brandon Miller. He's still a stone cold killer in my book. I don't know what they're going to do with Miles Bridges, what his future holds. Are they going to trade him or keep him there? And even LaMelo. Who knows what the LaMelo situation is? But I think you bring in a guy like a Kobe White, a bucket getter, an underrated defender, I believe. He's pretty tough. He can punch above his weight defensively. And then, again, you bring him closer to home. That's a good pickup for them. Now they just need to kind of cash in some of those chips and maybe get some vets to round that out a la OKC. But I like what Charlotte is doing right now. I really like where they're going.
Pacers made a good move with Zubac for next year. I don't know if he fits as well with Rick Carl's style of play as Miles Turner did, that ability to run the floor, hit the three, protect the rim. Yeah, but Rick is actually great at like kind of taking a look at his team and adjusting. So I think he'll be good there. I think that was a really good pickup.
Seems like they didn't want to pay Mathurin. I'm still kind of surprised that they let a young talent like that go. I just like he's another dog. You know what I mean? I just like that for him. But, we'll see what kind of life he gets out of the Clippers. Clippers clearly rebuilding here. And, hey, you know who's a big winner in this trade deadline? In two ways, because they went out there and got Jared McCain, and then they own the Clippers lottery pick, and the Clippers are clearly rebuilding. They're destroying the whole thing. That's the OKC Thunder. They might be the biggest winners of this whole thing, man. They go get Jared McCain. They spend one draft pick, first-round pick, on Jared McCain, and they got another lottery pick coming at the end of the season. Sam Presti, bro.
I was surprised. Yeah, that's great work right there. Man, they just fleeced everybody. But I was surprised in the James Harden thing, bro. How well they were playing. Kawhi's playing at a crazy level, 30 points a game, 50, 40, 90. Harden was good all year, playing at all NBA level. I was a little bit surprised, but James Harden, man, he's stone cold, bro.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Exactly. Like, I don't care how good my team is. I know I have confidence in myself and my ability to win a championship. But if I can get more money somewhere else, I don't care about anything, bro. I'm just going to do my thing somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, the fans might not like it, but he probably saw like, all right, yeah, the team's playing well. Can they win the West? No. And so if you're not going to pay me, we're not going to win the West. I'm not going to, ruin the rest of the mileage that I have left. Let me go somewhere else. He goes to the East, and, hey, he thinks they've got a chance. We'll see. I won't write them off, but it is Cleveland at the end of the day. But, hey, I can never fault the guy for taking care of his own future because the suits upstairs will certainly do so for you, and you don't know it. So when everybody's like, oh, Harden, I always take the side of the player to be selfish with their financial future and their destiny. I'm not the guy for the team side because, like I said, those guys will make the decisions that's best for them. So I respect when the players make the decisions that's best for them. So, I mean, you go do it. You go do your thing.
So, former scoring champ, former assist champ, former MVP. How much have the Cavaliers increased their chances? They also had Schroeder and some depth.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Cleveland? Do they increase their chances here dramatically to win an NBA championship or win the East?
I always felt like the Garland Spider breakup was coming. It was on the way. It was inevitable. I saw it when the Knicks beat them in 23 playoffs. I saw that like, they're going to need Mobley to really take that step. He's got to be the guy that you're going to have to build this thing through. He's coming along defensively for sure, but he hasn't really taken that consistent offensive threat where you're like, yo, this is like a Chet type of thing. Like, oh, my God. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why they're in a little bit of trouble because with Mitchell and Garland, they always were better without each other. And then defensively, it was a little tough. Now with Harden, okay, I think he's a bit stronger as a scorer, still stronger than Garland as a scorer. But in the playoffs where he's tend to disappear at an older age, how much will that matter? I think it'll still be on Spider to really take those guys home. I was surprised, I don't know about you in terms of fit, but I was surprised that Spider advocated to bring him to Cleveland. What'd you think about that?
Well, what are they going to say when Harden comes? He didn't advocate for it?
Well, yeah.
Right? No, but I mean, I think players want to play with other good players, and I think Donovan saw that this team probably wasn't good enough to win it with him and Darius, and the fit wasn't great. So at the end of the day, James Harden is a better player than Darius Garland right now. 5 years from now, probably not. So I think it does increase your chances for this year, and I'm sure Donovan's happy about that. He's going to make it work. It's going to be interesting to see how that fits because they're both top 20 in usage. They're both very ball dominant.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see how that fits, bro.
Who's gonna defer? How about? And this guy made his debut yesterday, and I'm just checking the score. And the Celtics won again. The Celtics won by 2. They moved past the Knicks for second in the East. How about the pickup of one Nikola Vucevic? Now, yesterday's game, he had 11 points, 12 rebounds. It didn't knock down a 3, but 6 of the 12 rebounds on the offensive side. Boston needed a big. They got a big. And a floor spacing big. What you think about the Vucevic move to the C's?
Yeah, it's perfect, man, because their ball movement, their player movement has been great. You think of Vucevic as being a slow player, but he doesn't really slow down offense. He passes it quick. He shoots it quick. He's a modern big, and he's a good big. He's a little bit different than Al Horford in the sense he can't guard like Al Horford, but I think it's a great pickup, great basketball player, and he's going to help this team. I mean, there's something brewing here. We talked about this before. If Jason Tatum could come back and he could be the Robin, and now Jaylen Brown is the Batman, I mean, this could be really interesting because they got a good enough big to win the East. Now they do. They didn't before. Shouts to Luka Garza, who's a great college player, but this guy is a legit pro, and he's a good player, and he could really help this team go deep in the playoffs. So we'll see. And also, this is a sign that, they were kind of like, people thought of it as a throwaway year, but now they're buyers at the trade deadline. So it shows you they think they can win.
Yes, it does. And they're still able to do that and get under the luxury tax. So they're managing.
That was crazy, right? And
they're competing. So once again, I think Brad Stevens deserves a lot of credit, and I think he deserves some votes for Executive of the Year, and I think you will see that. CB the Franchise 1-2 combo in the building. Salute to everybody in the chat. My chat on the desktop side is not working, so let me look at my phone. Smooth Guitar, I see you. Number 1 in the chat leaderboard. Shout out to Knicks Rich. They've come over from Knicks Fan TV. STG Nick in the chat. My guy got you open. Says, I thought the Celts would have an off year this season. Shout out to Got You Open. Salute. Bucktown, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that question. Shout out to Bucktown in the chat as well. Do things, my guy. Do things. Salute to you. When you think about, when we go back to losers, you know, we talked about the Wizards and Dallas. How about Nico Harrison?
Oh, my God.
He turned Luka Doncic into Max Christie, the 2029 Lakers first, the Thunder pick in 26, which is the 30th pick in the draft, a 2030 Warriors first, which is heavily protected, so only if it's 21 to 30, and 3 second-round picks. A generational fumble. I don't think Nico ever gets another job in the NBA, bro. I don't think he gets another job.
I hope somebody hires him anywhere, bro. Anywhere outside the NBA. It's crazy because I guess two things can be true. It made the worst trade in NBA history even worse, but at the same time, Dallas had to do what it had to do because Cooper's looking like a great talent,
He's
one of the best.
great.
One of the best teenagers probably in NBA history. So you got to do something. But man, you're right. When you look at the return for Luka Doncic, you actually look at it on paper.
Yeah.
Like the worst trade in NBA history got even worse.
Yeah.
But, they got a bright future with Cooper, so that's the good in all of this.
Absolutely. Shout out to Paris Duggar in the chat. Salute Jamaica Queens 22. I see you. Annuity 25. Salute to you, Michael Powell in the building. Says Celtics have quietly positioned themselves as a threat in the East. Yes, they have. And the Knicks will see them on Sunday, 12:30 matinee pre-Super Bowl action. So they better win to put me in a good mood. Because, if they lose tomorrow against the Celtics after getting washed against Detroit, and then I got to go watch a Super Bowl that I'm not even interested in, I'm going to have a bad Sunday, bro, all the way across the board. I'm going to be Aggie. I'm going to be tight all the way across the board. All the way across the board, bro.
Hey, this has got to bring things back a little bit, but if Mike Brown would have lost that game against the Brooklyn Nets, which they won by like 50, would he have been out of here?
No, he wouldn't have been out of here, but it still would have just continued that like it was a brutal that 2-11, 2-9 stretch in the last 11. That was tough, man. That was tough. It turned me into a sports psychologist, bro. That's really what I do, man. I talk Knicks, I talk basketball. It's really Knicks therapy. It really is, bro. It was heavy, man. It was heavy on the mentals, man. So
well, you're very even keeled as a Knicks fan. Some of the Knicks fans go up and down crazy.
Oh, they crash out heavy. So I got to bring them in. You know what I mean? Like they, when they win 10 in a row, okay, we're gonna win the championship. CP, what do you think? Jump out the window with us. I'm like, I'm gonna chill till playoff time. They know that's my thing. I can't really overreact until the playoffs. So we'll see what happens against the Celtics on Sunday. Okay, how about the Rockets, man? Were you surprised that the Rockets really didn't get aggressive? They didn't go out there and get much. They didn't get anybody. No point guard help. What do you think, man? What do you think? They came out the gates hot. They've been good. They haven't really been like They haven't really been great. You're hearing, guys are calling people out. Royale Ivy's calling people out. Udoka's calling out Sengun every chance.
So they said they're targeting Sengun and pick and roll. He's like, they've always been doing that.
He said they've been doing it since before I got here. I said, oh, shoot. That's crazy.
But it seems like lately they've been doing it more from what I've been watching. This is like, what's up with Kevin Durant, really? I mean, his numbers are great, but it feels, and I said this years ago, and now it's like a common take, like these players are aging like Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and they're putting up great numbers, but it feels like their impact on winning isn't quite the same.
Yeah, they're older. He's older.
Yeah. And I mean, look, like Dylan Brooks has had more impact on winning than Kevin Durant, which sounds crazy, but it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
And give credit, man. I watched Phoenix and the Warriors the other night. No Book, no Chef, and it was very entertaining. Fourth quarter, the Dubs came back 14 down. You know who's my guy who I rock with heavy? Pat Spencer.
Yeah.
Which one is the one that plays for the? His brother plays for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Every time he comes in place of Steph on national TV, he balls out. He just
He's
goes,
a gamer.
He just gets buckets, man. I like that kid a lot. He looks like he's 40, but he's out there just, he's got that like Magnum PI mustache. He's out there bowling, man. But yeah, I like Cam Spencer. But back to the KD thing, I'm surprised. You're down Van Fleet. You're down Steven Adams, so like your best offensive rebounder, your best point guard, you still have first-round picks to give up, and you have an aging Kevin Durant, who you gave up a lot for. I was surprised that they weren't more aggressive to go get either some big man help or another point guard.
So were you more surprised by that or Ja and Giannis staying?
Surprised by that. I'm not surprised.
I feel like media was juicing the Giannis thing. I think a lot of people thought he wasn't going to get traded, but man, that gets eyeballs when you talk about Giannis, where he's going to go. Bro, you know what I mean?
I'm so tired of it, man. Anytime I see Giannis news, I'm swiping.
But the crazy thing is, people want to hear about it. People want it. Where's he going? Like that works. That works. Bro.
Yeah. Look, the best thing for all teams was that he's taking this into the offseason. I think if the reports are true that they intend to send him where he wants to go, I think the Knicks will have a shot, despite having probably one of the worst packages to send. Because if he tells him, hey, I do want to go to New York, and we'll see what happens with the Knicks this season.
That's also important because the team trading for him wants him to want to be there, right? So that's important on that side too.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a Knick, Ben.
Yeah?
I think he's going to be a Knick, yeah.
Well, time mark this so we can bring it back up, when it happens.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a Knick.
So wait, but even does winning a championship or not winning a championship change that at all?
Yes, absolutely, easily. If they win a championship, they're not getting him. If they don't win, I think they panic and go get him.
And you like the idea of that.
I hate it. Because this is a depth league now. They're running the Indy 500 every single night. And look at Detroit, look at OKC. You got to have multiple guys that you could just throw out there. Bernie Bickerstaff said that last night. He talked about the fact that, look, man, I got Asar Thompson out here who's shutting down Jalen Brunson. Oh, if he gets tired now, I got Ron Holland. I'm throwing dogs at you every single time.
That's the thing too, though, bro. Like we talked about this before. That's the Knicks' biggest flaw. Their two best players could get hunted and targeted. They get hunted. That's the thing. And you see these teams that won, they didn't really have anybody like that. So it'll be interesting to see. But, it's never the same way to win a championship. Things are always changing. So we'll see, man. But that's going to be interesting with Giannis. Yeah. Wow. You think he lands in New York? That's crazy.
Yeah, I do. But,
and who do you think would be untouchable within the Knicks' eyes?
OG.
Like,
You can't trade OG.
Yeah.
Can't trade OG. No.
Yo, the best thing the Knicks did was pay OG. Pay OG a lot. Because Denver did this with Aaron Gordon. When you pay a guy like that, they're not thinking about the next contract. They're going to play their role, and they're going to play it at a superstar level. So that was a great move to even overpay those guys. It's important. It's important.
These splash trades, like the game is changing, roster building is changing along with it. You just have to be very careful here, man, especially with this next team. But we'll see, man. I want to see them get through the season. And then we'll go there. Shout out to Hakeem the Dream, man. So shout out to CP, the Sultan of the Knicks fan base. Shout out to Hakeem the Dream. And shout out to everybody watching the NBA Report, man. Remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. So make sure you subscribe to the NBA Report on all podcast platforms, okay? CP the franchise, Andrew Salop, a.k.a. the 1-2 combo in the building. How about Golden State, man? They didn't go get Giannis. The Kuminga saga.
The unicorn is back,
and they turn Buddy Hield and Kuminga into Porzingis. What'd you think? Talk about it from the Golden State standpoint. What'd you think?
I mean, I actually would have liked it if Jimmy was still there with Porzingis, because Porzingis is always a what if he's playing. He could help you win a championship. He's that good. But first of all, he's always injured, and second of all, even with him now, with no Jimmy Butler, I don't think it's enough to truly contend. With the Jimmy Butler, it would have been pretty cool to see Porzingis there because they need that stretch big, a guy who could protect the rim. But then again, he never stays healthy. So I mean, I give it like a C plus.
I think I was reading Michael Pena from The Ring and thought it was like fantastic. I think it was horrible. He's never healthy, and so the prospect of Porzingis is all well and good. As you said, as a floor spacing five, yeah, he can give them more than Horford is giving them. But he has like an immune disorder. Like he's never going to be healthy with that thing if he can't shake it. I hope he does. But the idea that Porzingis with an aging Steph and Draymond, who's probably going to in his last days with Golden State, they're still stuck in that in between with Steph, man. They need to tell Steph, listen, man, thank you. We'll build you a statue. Allow us to trade you so that we can start the rebuild now. Because go there in the West, bro. They have no shot at this thing.
I've been asking a lot of people this. I asked Sam from Light Years. I asked my guy Pierre. Do you think Steph finishes his career? Sam wasn't too confident. Pierre thinks he will, but I think it's definitely a question they have to ask themselves because I've been really interested in this. I've been asking everybody, like, what do you think? Because I really don't know. He does seem like a one-team guy, but
he does seem like a one-team guy that would leave on top of his game.
But
you know what I mean?
yeah. Or could it be the Kobe situation where he just stays so long that it kind of it could hurt the franchise eventually? It can. Yeah. Why not get some return now? I see your point though.
I think that's where they are right now. I think it's where they are.
And then also, if Steph could win a championship somewhere else, I mean, man, that raises your rank, bro. Go somewhere else and win one.
Yeah. Now on the other side, they're saying Jonathan Kuminga, who hurt his knee a little bit prior to the trade deadline with the Hawks, he's expected to be evaluated after the All-Star break, so he doesn't get a chance to make his Hawks debut yet. But I do like the fact that there were two stories that was getting ridiculous to have to endure. The Giannis story first, the Kuminga and Warriors story. It was ridiculous. Like a saga, bro. Enough already, man. But I want to see what is he gonna be in the league. I want to see now. I want to see.
It always felt like he was destined for the Brooklyn Nets. I guess that didn't happen for Brooklyn. It just felt like it, bro.
Yeah. I want to see now, man.
I like it. Not to cut you off, but I just think that we need to see him in his own situation, and I think that player movement, ball movement type style of the Warriors didn't really fit him. So, just give him the ball and let him see if he can average 25, man. Let's see. Let's see if he can do it because he feels like he's an all-star. Let's see, man. Let's see because you're going to get the opportunity. Jalen Johnson is a great passer, kind of that point forward type role, and can Kuminga actually be that Tatum type player, that wing that can knock down mid-range tough shots, hit the three, get to the basket, puts pressure on the rim? Can he be that all-star level player? All right, here's my question to you. Fact or fiction? Jonathan Kuminga makes at least one NBA all-star game during his career.
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Yeah. I think Well, he's got a long way to go.
Okay.
I'm trying to think here. Hang on 1 second. Got my lady calling me here. What else was I gonna say? Kuminga.
Jonathan Kuminga.
I totally lost my train of thought. Dubs, Kuminga. Yeah. I'm interested in seeing how he's going to look there with the Hawks. Okay, let's see. Any other trades in the chat? Any other trades? I'm just going through. 78 players got traded, bro. It was like a record. 78
it was feeling light for a little bit, right?
73 players, 28 trades.
Well, the Bulls went crazy. And they were the biggest loser, I think.
Well, they got Simons and Sexton over there, if you care.
Yeah, I mean, they had now they have 10 guards and your guy Yabusele as the center.
Yeah. It is somebody trying to tell me that Utah is building something? Are you impressed with the Triple J Utah?
I know you so well. You don't seem impressed.
Triple J, they got they're keen now on signing Walker Kessler, someone who they've been trying to trade or rumored to be trading for 3 years, and then marketing. Is that the new front court that we're supposed to be afraid of with Ace Bailey and those guys in the backcourt? Are we supposed to be afraid of the Jazz?
I mean, they got some talent, but I just think the NBA in the West is too good, and I don't really see it. I kind of wanted to see marketing on a Pistons or one of that. It wouldn't have been good for UCP, but I wanted to see him on a legit contender, man, because I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing over there.
I think that might happen maybe next year in marketing. But yeah, as it relates to the
So they're going to trade him anyway after all this? That'd be crazy.
But as it relates to the Jazz, man, it's the Jazz, bro. It's the Jazz. And like I said, I've never been impressed with Triple J. Like he's good, but I don't look at him as like a guy that's going to like change a franchise. They need a true star. He's not a star. He's not a star to me. Marketing is not a star to me. He's not a star.
You don't think marketing is – so you don't think if you're in an all-star game, you're a star?
No.
Because they're both –
I just think he put up good numbers.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
It felt like Triple J.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim made the all-star team. Was he a star? He was good. Was he a star player? Like, he was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, guy like good.
So your definition of a star is a little bit tighter than some other people.
Yeah.
Well, it's a name we remember. Like, if you're not a star,
he had a good year. Is he a star? I don't know. I think we kind of throw that
I think
around.
Triple J is a star, though. No?
I don't see the hype, bro.
Well, John Morant's a star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still?
I think so, man. I think talent-wise, when they're saying like diminishing athleticism and all that, I just think he's not motivated there. I think he could be good somewhere else.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. The fact that he didn't get traded.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have any. I mean, teams
he's
don't
got
believe
no market.
Teams don't believe what I believe, so I know that.
I think teams are trying to stay the hell away from him.
So they basically had to attach a pick to him or two for him. Like he had negative value, bro.
Right. He had negative value. Ace of Spades said Sharif could qualify as an all-star. His knee was bad. Yeah, I mean, and probably playing for the Grizzly. He also was a Grizzly. Probably playing there and playing in Vancouver. He was a bit more obscure. He was a Hawk. He did play for the Hawks as well. Sharif Abdul-Rahim. He was a good player, but like, did you really consider him a star? Did you really, like, when you think of the stars of that generation, do you really think of Sharif Abdul-Rahim as part of that group of the late 90s? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 90s was tough, man.
Yeah, he was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Like Webber's a legit star.
Yes,
legit.
Chris Webber, legitimate star.
Yeah, definitely.
You're an all-star. You're taking Shaq and Kobe to the distance. Everywhere you went, you were getting numbers with the Wizards, with Sacramento. Yeah. Then his knee started breaking down, so it got a little bit harder.
Influential on the game too. A lot of the fours play like Webber now.
Remember when C-Web went to the Sixers and they were hyping up him in AI, and he literally had nothing left.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, they did. I feel like they didn't do as much homework back then. They didn't do their homework.
When C-Web went to the Sixers, this is the biggest tandem. This is finally the.
Shouts to C-Web, man, but he looked like Olajuwon in the Raptors, huh? He looked like that.
Oh man, it was bad. Yeah, when his knees gave out on him, that was tough to see. I was a big Chris Webber.
Patrick Ewing on the Magic, on the Seattle. Was he on the Supersonics? Big Pat was on the Supersonics.
And then when he went to the Magic, he was just like, I can't watch this, man. I can't watch this, man. Yeah. Buyout candidates. Some guys have cleared waivers already. My top three was Chris Boucher for the Knicks. Chris Boucher. Who's the second guy I had? It's Chris Boucher. I just did this video for Bleacher Report.
You think Boucher helps the Knicks?
I mean, we're talking about like the 15th guy in the roster. You know what I mean?
Is he better than Diawara right now?
It's probably a push, honestly. It's probably
I was on the Knicks Fan TV show. They were telling me shouts to Knicks Fan TV, of course. They were telling me Diawara is the next KD. Ask Alex. Somebody really said that.
Yeah,
somebody really said that, bro.
They're bucking. Shout out to Alex. He's in the chat right now. Yeah, they're bucking.
Ask Alex, bro. It's hilarious.
Yeah. He's got like a little like. He's got like a little. No. Let's pump the brakes there. But Chris Boucher, Haywood Highsmith was the guy.
Oh,
and maybe like a Mason Plumlee. But Plumlee's probably cooked.
Highsmith's a good player, man.
Yeah,
like he could, and he gives that toughness you were talking about with Alvarado, just at a different position.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
I would if Batum gets clipped, I would go for Batum.
You
know what I'm saying? He could teach Diawara. You know, he could maybe smack some sense into Bacome Dadier, their first-round pick, because he's literally moving at half speed. I'm not sure he can even be a college player right now. He's that bad.
Who's this?
You didn't even heard of him. You haven't even heard of him. Pacome Dadier, their first round.
Oh,
pick.
yeah. No, I know Pacome. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's so irrelevant. I mean, I watched the guy last night. Like, bro, he's moving at half the speed. It's crazy.
Pacome Dadier. Yeah, it didn't really work out. I don't think the Knicks drafted that well, bro. I think I was debating. Was I debating? I was debating somebody about that.
Bro, I mean.
forgot. Dexter. I was debating Dexter. He was telling me the Knicks draft well. That's what he was telling me. Shouts to Dexter, man.
Mixed bag. Like, it's been a mixed bag. Look, in fairness, late first seconds are hard. It's hard. There's no slam dunks there.
That's fair.
Even lottery, there's no slam dunks there.
We actually both like Kolek. I remember us talking about it, so we liked Kolek.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I did like that pickup. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al, throw your buyout candidates top 3 in the chat right now. The guys available right now is Lonzo Ball, Chris Boucher, Conley, who's rumored to go back to Minnesota, Pat Connaughton, Haywood Highsmith, the minivan, Georges Niang.
All right, so wait. So is Lonzo healthy?
Lonzo's just Lonzo, man.
I mean, Lonzo's CP, he's a very good basketball player.
But we can't go with no more guards. We need front court help, though. Knicks need front court help, bro.
You don't think Brunson needs help? As the second guard coming off Lonzo's better than any guard they have.
Yeah, but they just got Alvarado. That's too much guards.
Well,
it's the same way people like, what about Cam Thomas?
At the end of the day, I like Jose for the Knicks, but Lonzo's clearly a better player. Clearly. It's not even close, bro.
Oh, they sent him packing. They sent him to the wall. They sent him to Utah, man.
Damn, and Cam Thomas? Can you buy out scoring punch off the bench?
No.
Come on, CP.
I don't want anything. I don't want anything to do with that guy. Nothing. Bro, if you can't stay with the Nets, that's a huge red flag. For the Nets to just be like, okay, goodbye. He's not that guy, bro.
Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high.
No. You know what? They don't need that in the locker room, bro. They don't need that in the locker room.
He's that bad in the locker room?
Bro, the Nets just sent him packing.
Oh, come on.
They couldn't care less what happened to that kid. They just sent him packing.
Yeah, it's true. They do see him every day. But I heard he's like a quiet guy. He's probably a little in his own world.
I don't know, man. Look, I don't want to cast aspersions on him because I don't know him and I don't know his situation. Yeah. He had red flags coming out of LSU in the league.
What were the people say? What were they saying?
No, just like character, selfish, me first type of guy.
Interesting.
Again, I'm not there. I don't know. But I remember when we were doing our draft previews, that's what the guys would say.
Yeah, he's a bucket, though.
Yeah. And with no suitors right now.
The issue with him basketball-wise is he can't really set the table and he can't really defend. But he's a bucket getter, though.
Right.
Lonzo's the best. Lonzo's the actual best basketball player that you name, though. Like, that guy could play. I know I can tell you're not high on that.
Nah.
Highsmith. You like Highsmith?
Yeah. Highsmith. I try that. You know? I try that. Yeah. Yeah. You know, this guy doesn't have a team. No, you don't hear no reports. As soon as he got clipped, he's got a promise with somebody else. Nothing. That's a red flag, bro.
But he could break the record in China.
Hey, you better start learning. Call Steph and get the book. How about Matisse Thybulle? Shout out to SDG Nick. There were rumors about him being bought out. Thybulle would be at the top of my list.
A unique defender.
Yeah.
Very good defender.
He
can't shoot, though.
He never really – maybe that's why. He never really, stuck.
There was some time in Portland where he was shooting it decently, but he does some stuff on defense that's special, though. He does.
Must be, because it's like, how do you stick around in today's NBA if you can't shoot, man?
So, yeah, here's the 3 things I think you need as a role player. The 3 questions you have to answer. Can I guard anybody? Can I guard everybody? Can I shoot? Those 3 things, very important for role players. If you can't do one of them, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to play in the league, you know?
Al says Boucher Highsmith. Okay, he goes Kevin Love if Kevin Love gets bought out.
What?
Alex Kevin Love. Kevin Love's still in the league. Does you know
Kevin I know he played for the Jazz, bro. Is Alex serious?
That's Al's 3. He said Looney would be number 1 if he's
Kevin Love for what? A locker? Kevin Love was a great player, but he's done.
Yeah.
You think Alex thinks he could help on the court this year?
You'd have to ask him on the next episode of Combo Scored.
Yeah, I gotta get him on.
Have him on.
We could have a whole episode about Kevin Love.
Yeah. And ask the Cam Thomas question, because I'm telling you, every Knick fan in the world wants this guy, has been talking about this guy.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I've been shooting it down with my patented, we don't need that.
Wait, so I'm aligned with the Knicks fans. I didn't even see the Knicks fans saying this.
Bro, I got asked that question every day since the trade deadline. The DMs are flooded. What about Cam Thomas? What about Cam? What about Cam?
Sign him up, bro.
Sign him up. No way, man. Yeah, Kev is done, man. But yeah, good stuff there. Middleton too pricey. Knicks can't sign anybody who's been making more than a mid-level exception on their previous deal. So if you're making if anybody was making more than, say, about 14 and change, 14 mil, can't sign them if they get bought out. Which is another stupid asterisk of the CBA. Thank you, CJ McCollum. That is so stupid, right? A guy gets bought out, and because he made too much money in his last deal, you can't sign him. What does that even mean? Chris Middleton has had 100 surgeries. He's about the equivalent of 50 years old in NBA year, in human years. Who cares how much he was making? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's those type of rules are just stupid, man. Stupid.
I agree.
So yeah, but anyway, man, it's good talk, good conversation on a Saturday to pre-Super Bowl convo. You got Houston up 3 on OKC right now, fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. You got Dallas at San Antonio tonight, 6:00. Cooper versus Wemby. Let's go. I'm gonna be tapped into that. What else you got? Utah, Orlando. Skip that. Charlotte, and the Hawks. I might tap in with that a little later. Denver, Chicago, that's a skip. Warriors, Lakers, if Chef plays, what's up with Chef? How hurt is he? Is he playing tonight? Let me see. Steph Curry playing tonight? Let's see. Steph Curry. But Luka got it. Luka just got another hamstring injury, did he? Didn't he?
Did he? Wow.
Oh, so that game is looking like a dud. Hang on.
You think LeBron retires after this year?
No, hell no.
I agree with you.
He's going to Cleveland, man, for the Farewell Tour.
I agree with you. I said all this too.
Yeah. He's. Let me look at the injury report. Let me see. Injuries. Steph is out. February 6th, yeah, he's out. All right, so that game stinks. All right, so that's a skip. Warriors, Lakers, that's a skip. Phoenix, Philly. I'll probably watch that. Tonight. Portland, Memphis, that's a skip. Sacramento, Cleveland, that's definitely a skip. All right, so there it is. So those
wait. Harden's making his debut. Supposed to make his debut on Saturday, right? Saturday
against Sacramento.
I think so.
Yeah, skip. All right, so I'm going with Charlotte. I'll watch Charlotte and the Hawks.
Nah, I want to see Harden in a Cleveland uniform, bro.
I'm skipping that. I'll watch Dallas, San Antonio. I'll tap in with Charlotte, Knipple, and Kobe White in them against the Hawks.
One of the greatest offensive engines in NBA history, CP. We're going to see him in a New Jersey.
I'll be catching up on Netflix at that time. I'm watching His and Hers right now. You watch His and Hers yet?
No, but I heard. I'm hearing rave reviews for His and Hers.
I'm going to tap in with His and Hers.
Better than Harden in a Cavs jersey, though?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm going to tap in with His and Hers.
Comment section, let us know. His or hers or James Harden in a Cavs jersey?
Yeah, I'm skipping that, bro. And then I got to catch up on what's the new Game of Thrones spinoff? I got to catch that one. Yeah, so yeah, okay. I got some catching up to do, some Netflix and chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What are you doing tonight? You chilling tonight? You in the streets? What are you doing?
No, I'm going to maybe do like a kettlebell workout after this, like in my basement.
There you go. All right, no doubt.
I'm trying to get strong, man.
I hear you, man. I just came from the gym, so yeah, okay. I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. So,
what'd you work on today? Real quick. What'd you work on? Real quick.
So today's my arms day, so I'll do biceps, triceps today.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Tomorrow, I'll do chest and back.
Okay.
And then on the off day, I'll do some cardio, do some legs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And then I'll try to throw the shoulders in there. Sometimes I'm rushing so much that I can't do everything. You know what I mean? Like all my routines.
So. A little bit is a lot better than nothing.
That's a saying at the gym. You know, my gym, the guy does a lot of like motivational sayings. He's like, even if
He
you do 30%,
he probably listens to Combo Squad.
Yeah,
That's probably,
he was like, even if you do 30%, you've got 30% better. Something like that. That
it's true though. I mean, like a little bit is a lot better than nothing for sure.
That's it. That's it, man. All right, my dude. Great
yes,
show.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely good times, man. What time we doing combos on Monday? What time?
Let's do noon, bro.
Noon? All right. Yeah, that should work. I got Antonio Daniels coming on for Nick's Weekly at 1 o'clock. So, yeah, as long as we're done like before that, we'll be good to go.
Half an hour show, bro.
All right. There we go, man. Let the people know where they can find you. And good show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. It's always great talking basketball with you, CP. You can catch me wherever you listen to podcasts. Combos Court, Combo TV on YouTube, Instagram, 1-2 Combo. A lot of collabs with Knicks Fan TV. Catch me on the B-Bowl Breakdown live show. Yeah, catch me everywhere, man. Constantly creating content, and it's, as I said, always great talking basketball with you, CP.
Absolutely, man. Remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. Make sure you are subscribing to the NBA Report on all podcast platforms. And, yeah, man, we will see you guys next week. Another episode of the NBA Report. Happy Saturday. Enjoy the